What up, what up, what up, my lovely people? We are back at it again here at Saxx Talk. Time to put in that next top 20 picks of the day. Sorry, y'all, my internet's been down the last few days, man. I don't know what's going on out there in the world, but things is crazy. Even at my restaurant, the internet was down. It was tough. It was tough. But anyway, let's jump into this.
The White House. We're unable to track $6.2 billion sent to Ukraine. California. We're unable to track $24 billion spent to combat homelessness. The Pentagon. We're unable to track $2.3 trillion of military spending. The U.S. Treasury. We're unable to track $5 trillion of pandemic spending. The IRS. We know you sent $601.57 to your friend. You better report it or you're going to jail.
The craziest thing, y'all, is that that's not even satire. That's real business. Those are real statistics. Those are real stats. What? Man, things is crazy. Let's get this show on the road.
For some mysterious reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States, when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon at Walmart, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like killing. Does anybody have problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds like a goat is dying.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic, sometimes it makes these weird noises, and sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. And I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
But it wasn't just rubbery. There was something else about the watermelon that was bothering a lot of people.
Y'all will not believe what I got. Yeah? This is what I have for a melon. The melon shell is strong. Look at that. This is what I got for a melon, you guys. Look at that.
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon, and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing, it wasn't just the watermelons. People were also noticing the same thing happening with avocados, blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
It, and she breaks it in half. It gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy.
After these videos were posted and became a viral sensation, it made a lot of people ask the same question. Are we possibly eating fake food? What's your take?
If any of y'all are still in denial that the government and powers at hand, powers that be, will go through such extremes like tainting our food, tainting our water supply, all this genetically modified stuff, all this laboratory created stuff that is all cancer causing. If you think for 1 second that they'll never do that, they wouldn't. Why would the government hurt us? They wouldn't hurt us. They wouldn't, intentionally harm our food to harm us. Then you're still in a box, and your box is small. Get outside that box, because things is really, really deep out there, and y'all really need to get on it. I don't play around. Hell, as far as that goes, even my own restaurant, I grow all the vegetables and herbs and spices for my restaurant, for my customers. That's the only way I can guarantee 100% that there are zero chemicals, zero pesticides. I use nothing but God's sun and God's rain for my garden. Now, of course, my yields aren't near as high as if I want to throw Miracle Grow and all that other stuff in there. But the whole point of why I do what I do was to not have any of that chemical stuff in there. And my yields are still good enough. Right now, I can run my whole restaurant off of that. My supply meets my demand at this point in time. And this is my second year growing everything for my spot. I'm telling you, man, I care about my customers. And when I go shopping for meats, I bring a magnet with me because a lot of y'all might not be hip to this. There is so much metal and so much meat. You think I'm playing? Take a magnet with you next time you go shopping. And before you buy a package of chicken or a package of steak or whatever you buying, put that magnet on there. I guarantee you about 75-80% of the time that magnet will stick on that package. Don't buy that. I literally shop with a magnet across the whole package before I buy anything. And every single day when I go shopping, that magnet is sticking on more packages than it's not. I'm telling you, man, it is real out there. I care about my customers. I really care about my customers. And I care about my health, so I have to care about their health. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Let's take a trip out to the garden. For 9-10 months out of the year, I grow all my vegetables from my restaurant and all my herbs and all my spices. Yeah, y'all, this food these days will kill you. It ain't no joke. And they're definitely doing something to our food. No doubt about it.
You ripped it! You ripped the money!
We rich. Look,
We're not rich!
we rich.
We're broke!
Yeah, I've been cracking up. That is so telling for so many of these people out here in the world today that live on a front. You care so much about what other people think about you, about their perception of you, versus where you really are and what you're really doing, that you making these stupid videos, making it rain. Even if you got money and you making it rain, you're stupid, all right? You better hold on to that cash. He out there front making that little video, little dude ripped that bill. He was like, what you doing? We broke. We broke.
This Bible prophecy is being fulfilled in Israel right now, and nobody is talking about it. See, the Bible says in Ezekiel and Zechariah that in the last days, fresh water will literally begin to flow into the Dead Sea.
All right, guys, we are standing in the Dead Sea right now. But the really cool part about where I'm standing is that as I pan here, you're going to see I'm standing actually in fresh water that's flowing down out of the Judean mountains into the Dead Sea. So we're literally standing in prophecy being fulfilled.
Subscribe right now if you believe that we're in the last days.
So if you've been watching me for any longer than today, then you know I'm a man of God. You know what I mean? I'm definitely Lord-fearing man. You know, Jesus Christ is definitely my Savior. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not a pusher. I don't go out there and be dropping that stuff on your head all day long. Truth be told, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. I don't know enough about the Bible. You know, I haven't read the whole Bible, but I know I cold-heartedly believe in my heart that Jesus is definitely my Savior. You know what I mean? I got no doubts about that. But and I talk to God every day. You know, I might not be up in church, you know, which I need to be, but poor excuse, but I don't have the time right now. I'm literally working 100 plus hours a week, but I need to make the time. But I don't believe the church is what's going to get me to the pearly gates anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to God every day. Me and God got a good relationship. That's all I'm saying. But that was some pretty crazy stuff right there, you know. And there's so many different prophecies in the Bible that you can see play out right now in our current time. Every day you can see stuff online that definitely resembles the prophecies, plural, of what's going on in the Bible. You know, like I really truly believe that we are living those times right now. So, you know, I'm going to do what I do. You do what you do. Don't hate me if you're not religious. I won't hate you if you're not religious. We can all still get along because it's still about people, man. I love my people. Let's move on to the next clip.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he...
You know what absolutely sickens me about this video clip right here? That dog wasn't just stuck on the track. All right? It wasn't like just running across the tracks and get stuck. Because if you watch that clip back, that man that ran out there had to take the leash and take it around the track and out from underneath it. There's no way that accidentally happened. Some effing a-hole tied that dog to that track to get ran over by a train, man. I tell you what, man, I ever catch somebody like that out there, boy, I'm going to beat you silly. Real talk, I'm not even playing around. Any animal. I'm a dog lover, so you damn sure don't want to mess with me with no dog. But any animal, a cat, a raccoon, an animal I don't even like, a snake. I hate snakes. But if I see you intentionally tie one up just to get murked, I got a problem with you. Let's go on to the next clip.
There are people living inside of the Earth. It's true. New information from NASA states that there is a large ocean beneath the Earth's crust, after scientists detected movement below the surface. Around 500 miles below, a large supply of water has been found stored in a rock named ringwoodite. But it gets even crazier. Scientists say that this rock is so huge that it contains 3 times the amount of water on the Earth's surface. This causes many to believe that there is more down there than we originally thought, possibly even civilizations. While the news of this discovery was over 10 years ago, it was never talked about. Is the government hiding this information from us?
There's certainly a lot to cover in that clip. You know, undoubtedly, there's a whole lot going on in the depths of sea that we have no damn idea. Without a doubt, including those flying saucers dipping on in the water, them UFOs and all that kind of crazy stuff. But when he said that all the water is in a rock, I don't understand. In a rock. Like, there's more water in this rock than on the surface of the earth. I mean, in a rock, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't get it. But I found it fascinating. So I shared it with you. Let's go. Real talk, y'all. It's clips like this that, man, me being a pro-police kind of person, it really breaks my heart, man. Like, what makes you think you got the right to whip up behind a cyclist talking about getting on your loud horn, talking about if you don't move out the way, I'll run you over? That sounds like a threat of death to me. If you was a civilian saying something like that, you're probably catching a case. Did the cop ever start to think, dude's riding a motorcycle, he probably don't hear your freaking sirens behind him. That's probably why he's still in that lane. You know, these cops get away with too much, man. People like that, you need to be held accountable, and that is not okay. It's not cool. All you police officers out there, I love cops. I really do. And this is coming from somebody who didn't have great experiences with police growing up. I actually have very, very, very bad experiences with y'all. But I had enough good ones that made me rethink my whole train of thought and realize all cops are not bad, and the good ones are great. The bad ones, y'all need to tame yourselves for real.
DARPA has the Avatar Project. And the Avatar Project, they have actual field robots, and where a soldier is in a bunker somewhere maybe even 1,000 miles away, has a symbiotic consciousness link to the robot to control it. The robot has AI plus its own link, so it can make decisions and you can control it still. If the robot blows up, the soldier doesn't die. The symbiotic link is disconnected. They have the craziest tech.
Yeah.
That you can only. They have something in space on a satellite called the rods from God.
The rods from God?
The rods from God. This is a satellite that I know of that exists. This satellite has 20-foot tungsten steel rods on it. These tungsten steel rods have no warhead, but when it's positioned over any country or any city, it can be released to within a millimeter of the point of impact, and it'll decimate that entire region using kinetic energy.
Steven, you gotta find this.
With no fallout.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I've never heard about the Avatar Project before, but the Rods of God, yeah, I heard about that years ago. Years ago. That's real business. That's real. You know, literally, drop those rods from the sky, and they create enough kinetic energy when they hit the ground that they'll decimate everything in like a large radius without any nuclear fallout. I know that's real for sure, 100%. The Avatar Project, man, I ain't never heard about it, but I damn sure don't doubt it.
This is such a beautiful moment from an air traffic controller praying over Trump's airplane. Check it out.
7 Alpha Foxtrot. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Trump Force 1, contact departure. Trump Force 1 to departure. Thank you for that, sir.
I just want to say, God bless that air traffic controller that took the time to pray over Trump's life before his flight took off. It's amazing. Good business.
Okay, so this is a little PSA for you ladies out there. If you see anything on the ground like this that's really too good to be true, this money, don't touch it, don't grab it. As you can see here, there's a substance that's around this bill. So what I want to do is I want to open up this bill. I don't want to touch it with my hands, so I'm going to use my foot to open this up. So you can be in a public place, even like I'm here with my fiance at Walmart, and she saw this bill, and I told her immediately, don't touch it. And I'm gonna see if I can open this up for you. So try to get it open. Oh, you see, there's more stuff that just came out of it here. Let me zoom in. So if I open this up, oh, you can see, you see all that stuff inside this bill? So whoever put this here obviously thought that my girlfriend's by herself, and luckily I was here. But they target people that are by themselves, and they try and drug you and using things like the bills to trap you. So be careful out there and don't pick up things off the ground.
So I got a few mixed feelings on this clip. I know the dude means well, you know, with his PSA and everything, and I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But I don't see the same thing that he's seeing right there. I mean, I just don't. Granted, that would be a good little catch, good little hook. Try to hook some people, but obviously, man, you probably lived a pretty stand-up life your whole life. You never had no extracurricular activities back when you was young. But to me, what I see right there is a little bit of that coca folded up inside of a $20 bill that was probably on somebody's lap in that parking stall, got out the car, the bill done fell out their lap. They didn't even notice, went and did their thing and left. Pretty sure that's some coca leaf hanging out there in that bill. I don't think they was trying to snatch up your lady or poison your lady. I think they're probably pissed. They lost $20 and then $20 worth of playtime. Just saying. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, anytime and every time I see money on the ground, I am snatching that up. If it's a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and damn sure if it folds, it's going in my pocket. Thank you for the money.
Would you rather date an illegal immigrant or a liberal?
Oh my gosh.
Come on now, dog.
That is like the worst question ever. I don't know. Like, probably. Oh my gosh. I would say no. I would say an illegal immigrant.
Would you rather?
That was a good one.
Woo! That girl had to think hard on that with her little cute self. And the census is, we're going to take the illegal immigrant over the liberal every time.
It's crazy that over 40 people got shot in Chicago this weekend. What's even crazier is that we still not talking about who be doing some of this shit. It ain't the gangs. It ain't just the youngins. Don't you know that when the shit died down, anytime there's a motherfucking truce or peace treaty anywhere, anytime the shit just slow down for a minute, them motherfuckers is pulling up in the mystery machines. You don't know who I mean by them motherfuckers? That's why it's a mystery, huh? You got to get on that Scooby-Doo quest and figure it out. Who do you think is doing... Who do you think is instigating? Who do you think is... Listen, man. These motherfuckers putting on disguises, man. These motherfuckers just shooting. They just doing drive-bys. And then you think it was the ops. Yeah, it's the real ops. But a lot of us don't really know who the real ops is. I guess we could talk about it. Or maybe we can't.
Now, I'm not from Chicago. Been to Chicago and visited, but I don't know nothing about Chicago to know. But I definitely can't call cap on what he's talking about, because it really does make you think, like, damn, you know, like if the mission, if the agenda was to keep pushing this crime for whatever reason, I don't know, just hear me out, y'all, go with me, because I'm just off the top here just thinking, then that would make sense to make sure that if crime is slowing down, you perpetrated other acts to make that keep going. You know what I mean? You need that crime to keep circulating to I don't know, whatever it may be. Get more funding for crime, keep crime going, depopulation. Who knows what the motives or the reason are, but it made me think a little bit on that. You know, like I said, I don't know enough about Chicago. All I know is I don't ever want to live in Chicago. I know that, but I don't know enough about it to really put my 2 cents in like that. But I thought it was interesting enough to share with y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I really liked this clip a lot because it really shows the character of true leadership. You know, these so-called leaders out there, you know, Barack Obama and Biden and all these people, they ain't even trying to get wet. They too good for all that. And then you got people like President Trump and President Vladimir Putin that are like, I'm here to serve my country. I'm here to run this country. I'm here to make things happen. Little rain, who gives a damn if I get a little bit wet? We here to stand on these own too and make things happen. Put a lot of stuff in perspective, for real, man. Y'all should really feel that. Probably watch it back if I was y'all. That was powerful, in my opinion. What the F was that? And where is it? Because I ain't never going there.
Investigators believe they targeted these children specifically from a shelter because they were black, forcing them to work as slaves.
Being charged with a felony, child neglect, creating risk of injury.
The 2 children were being locked in a barn at this home on Cheyenne Lane in Sissonville.
They weren't able to locate any guardians or parental figures or anybody around the residence or the barn, and started having a conversation with 2 children that were inside the barn.
Deputies eventually forced their way into the barn, where they said they found a 16-year-old girl and 14-year-old boy inside a 20 by 14-foot room. Investigators say the teens had no way to get out of the shed, with no running water, no bathroom. The girl told deputies their parents had brought them food around 6 o'clock that morning, but said her and her brother weren't allowed in the house and were locked in the barn for long periods every day. Eyewitness News spoke to neighbors who were afraid to go on camera, but claim multiple families called police about the children's safety several times, and they are thankful they are now safe.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty bad case. I mean, it's you know, in any type of situation like this, it's not really comparable. A horrific condition, like, it's just not how you want or how you would even expect children to be raised or been taken care of.
Lance and Whitefeather eventually showed up at the home. They're now charged with child neglect, creating substantial risk of injury. The mother admitted the children were left in the shed, but reportedly told deputies they, quote, liked it.
They're trying to, you know, get the children back in better living conditions, better placement, and the detectives will continue to investigate and build this case.
And deputies said a third child who was about 5 or 6 years old was found alone in the main home. Now, the child was found crying and close to the railing of an approximately 15-foot drop from a loft.
Bond was initially set at $200,000 cash, and they were both able to post it. Prosecutors have said in a new complaint for forfeiture, the couple sold a $725,000 80-acre ranch in Washington state and sold their Sissonville home to post bond. And they believe both of these properties were paid for through that will be decided in a separate court matter. But because of this, prosecutors say they found discrepancies in the financial affidavit Lance filled out for a court-appointed attorney, leading to a new charge on his indictment.
Now, this just broke my heart, watching this little news clip. You know, I also know how the fake news go when it comes to pushing narratives. So throwing the whole slave thing in there, you know, especially with it being black children, it definitely begs the question on that. And just so y'all understand, that could very, very much so be what was going on right there. Thought they was adopting some slaves. Absolutely. I do not get on that whole slave bandwagon shit. Excuse my French. I don't get on that whole, oh, I'm black so I'm oppressed crap, because it's shenanigans. You know, live on your own merits. Make gains on your own merits. Do what you do, get what you get based on your own merits. Don't blame everybody else. But when it comes to this particular news story, very possibly that could have been what's going on in these folks' mind. What's really crazy is they obviously have money. A, they was able to adopt 5 children, or however many. B, they got multiple houses and ranches and things they selling to make bond. So, them people was sick individuals, and I hope they hang.
Check this out. Seriously, go to Google and type in Great Fire of and then input your city. Matter of fact, input any city. You know what you're going to find? You're going to find that there was a big fire in every major city in the United States in the late 18 to early 1900s. Why, you ask? It's a good question. It's not by coincidence, and you best believe a lot of history was destroyed in those fires. And it's crazy, because we hear about all these ancient societies that had all this advanced technologies. Where did it all go? How did it all just disappear?
All of these buildings all around here, as I told in class last night, they're ancient. There's a whole city underneath this city. They've been burned, all the major cities, the major energy centers.
We burned almost every physical book in the country. This was the controllers trying to utilize leftover technology.
How did they build it?
Let me know if you think we were more
nothing new under the sun. What happened to the Tertarian Empire? Imagine how pyramids were built.
I found that clip pretty interesting. I haven't done it yet. I haven't typed in Great Fire of Austin, Texas, because it's Austin, Texas. There's probably a lot of great fires that happen here. But it was still interesting enough for me to push on to y'all. So if y'all want to type in your little hometown and Great Fire, see what y'all get. Let me know.
Typical world-ending warning that has now been found in Russia, and what it means for us is something of a nightmare. People were terrified after what appeared to be an evil fallen angel turned into stone found in Russia, and it was just as the Book of Enoch depicted would happen to angels, and this would start to appear as a warning that our time has come. Those who went to see the angel notice how detailed the angel is, to the point where you could even see pores and texture on the face and no chip marks, and many saying it looks like a person was just frozen. Given this was dug up from underground and allegedly there for thousands of years, this would not be possible otherwise. And those standing next to the angel even left haunting words, saying they could feel that it was evil and there was energy radiating off of it, with eerie videos showing the angel kneeling down, but still so large that men standing next to it couldn't even match the height of it.
I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. That angel thing is pretty creepy that they dug up. Like it, I've watched a lot of clips and video footage of this thing, and it definitely is very ominous, man. And it's boy, those wings look real too. Like I don't know that. I don't know. I done told y'all, man. I believe in the Bible. You know what I mean? Things going on like, I I'm not trying to go nowhere near that dark angel. I know that. Y'all send me pictures as close as I need to get. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how I do. We moving on to the 20th spot. And I wanted to exit today's video with Elon Musk standing on some morals and uprooting his stuff and coming on here to Texas, man. I like this, and I like the fact that, that might be the straw that broke the camel's back, and that was crossing the line. That was his line in sand, but that's a good line in sand to have whenever it comes to allowing these people to allow your children to do things like that with their bodies without their parents' consent. So we're going to exit on this one, and then after that, y'all know what time it is. I love y'all. Peace. I'm Saxx. I'm out.
Elon Musk is hitting the road to Texas, moving both the headquarters of SpaceX and his social media platform, X. Monday, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed AB 1955 into law. The bill's author says it was written to protect kids, but what's upsetting people is the fact that it doesn't allow school districts to inform parents if their child identifies as a different gender at school. Musk took to X Tuesday, posting, "This is the final straw. Because of this law and the many others that precede it, attacking both families and companies, SpaceX will now be moving its headquarters from Hawthorne, California to Starbase, Texas." Musk says bills like AB 1955 are causing massive destruction of parental rights and putting children at risk for permanent damage.